Hey, I just watched 1987's Evil Dead 2, which is basically a remake with more resources of Evil Dead 1, which is kind of funny because when you watch it nowadays, it seems very rough hewn in itself. It doesn't seem like it's the slick ancestor of the first movie, which was truly a nuts and bolts thing. And I mean, it does have for the 80s. It's got stop motion. It's got a lot of more makeup and kind of action. And I think it's also maybe it's interesting because it's like a second draft. It's very honed. It's a very honed movie. Like, we get into Evil Dead action pretty freaking damn quick in this movie. Shockingly quick, actually. We've been watching some 80s movies, and they're kind of slow. My wife, Ja, was watching a Halloween, and she's just kind of struck by exactly how padded and I mean, it's building dread, but it's also kind of reads to a modern audience as maybe on the slower side. That cannot be said about Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 pretty much zips along like a horror Looney Tunes hybrid. Fucking amazing one. There's a point where all the objects in the cabin. This is a cabin, one of the cabin in the wood movies, where all the creature, all the inanimate objects in the cabin are animated by the demon, and they start laughing, and they're using kind of like wacky cartoon laugh voices, and Bruce Campbell in his his iconic role as Ash begins to laugh too, and it really is that kind of it's what if a live action cartoon were real with blood and gore and was driving the poor bastard at the center of it insane, which is what it does to Ash in these movies. It's just like it's it's so much fun. It is so bloody and gory and so wacky and silly and nonsense at the same time. Now, one thing I was kind of like going with, like, oh, I'm sure my Ja is seeing this for the first time. There's a notorious scene in it where a woman is dragged into the woods by a demonic tree and raped by that tree. And Sam Raimi has said, oh, I really regret that. That was, me trying to be edgy for edgy's sake as a young guy. And actually, in the cut that I saw, it is no longer there. It's edited out, and it's edited out cleanly enough that I would think that this is actually the editor doing this. This isn't some streaming service doing it after the fact. He's properly excised it from the movie, and the movie is better for it. We get enough kind of horror and kind of like, oh my God, this woman being kind of consumed by a tree, that we don't need her being violated sexually as well on top of that. So yeah, there's definitely that. And the best thing of all, of course, is this movie leads right into Evil Dead, the third one, the Army. Is it Army of the Dead, or Army of Dark? Oh, it's Army of Darkness. Army of the Dead is a different movie. So yes, we're gonna go and we're gonna watch that next tomorrow night probably. But yes, Jahood found some of my other choices. Gremlins 2, kind of, it's wacky, but it's not as cohesive as a kind of like a movie and paced as snappily as something like Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2, I would argue, this is my nostalgia goggles are probably on here. I'm an old dude who was a teenager in 1987, even if I don't think I actually saw it until a couple of years later. It's like, I think it actually kind of holds up, which is awesome. All right. Yeah, so I'll be back with Army of Darkness review tomorrow night, most likely. But, probably with me gushing as usual. All right, I will leave it there. More videos later.